What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and supporting the channel and subscribing and all that good stuff. This one's actually not going to be an unboxing or reviewing or anything. Well, it's a reviewing but not an unboxing as such. I don't have anything to unbox, but somebody asked me to talk about Legoland because they don't live in the UK, so they've never been, and they don't have anything like that around where they live, I guess. So it was just about Legoland, I guess, sort of post-COVID, although it's not really post. Although it's opened, with COVID is still very much out there and still very much a thing. So they just wanted to know what it was like now, I guess, and how it is. And I think that's one of the biggest questions, is how things are going to be now. Now that we have to be socially distanced, wear a mask, does it like hinder the fun you have, blah, blah, blah. I'm just watching my boy in the background, Will Tennyson. Absolutely love his YouTube channel. I love his sarcasm. I love his sense of humour. I just love his channel, so go check him out. But I'm going to turn it down because it will be a bit off-putting. So, Legoland. I'm going to attach some photos probably to the end of the video so you can see. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous day in the UK. A little bit chilly when the sun kind of went behind the clouds. But aside from that, we could have definitely have had worse weather. We could have had colder weather. We could have had rain. We could have had anything. And it happened to be one of the nicest days of the week. So that was good. There's only 2 rides that we're interested in as a family that are inside Legoland. Everything else is pretty much outside. It's pretty much an outdoor kind of venue. Every ride, give or take the 2 or 3 that we like as a family, is outside. So if you're sort of planning on going in the winter, you kind of have to dress for the rain or the cold or whatever it be. The 2 that we like that were closed were, I'm not sure if it's Ninjago or Ninjago, whatever it is. It's a pretty big brand with the Lego. I think it has a TV show. I think there might be a movie. That's inside. That's sort of like a 3D thing. You put glasses on and you kind of just swipe. I don't know what they're called. Little ninja, like blades. You kind of slash your hand over a sensor and it shoots blades at the enemy, kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. We love that ride. It's not fast. It's not steep. It's not. There's no drops. There's no water. There's nothing. It's just just kind of like a 3D movie, if you like, that you partake in. So that was a shame because that was closed, and it's one that we all get involved in, and my daughter likes it, and that was a shame, but still. The other one we like, you sort of go in a little submarine and you go underwater, and they've got fish, and there's a story about Triton and gold and stuff like that, and you see some animals, and for a change you're in the fishbowl and they're in their natural habitat to a point. So that was closed, obviously, whereas before, when we went in September, all of this stuff was open. So it was very strange to have gone later and have it all closed. It's like, what's different now to then? So it was a bit weird. The other one that was closed is called Haunted Mansion. I did take a picture of the outside of it. Excuse me. Just had broken sleep recently. That one I didn't like. I found it quite scary. Although it's kind of seemingly on the outside made for kids, my daughter was petrified. I had some sort of weird panic attack. It's one of those rides where you sit opposite a whole row of people. So there's about 3 rows in a long line and a sort of dining table in the middle, and you're at vampires' dinner party type thing. And the music's great and the lights are brilliant. But I'm not quite sure if the surrounding moves or you actually move, or it could be both. And you kind of swing forward and then you swing back. And at one point you're looking at the floor, another point you're staring at the ceiling, and I just was uneasy. And because I was uneasy from the go, it felt like the longest ride in history. Now, my mum didn't find it that bad. My dad wasn't too fussed. My girlfriend didn't like it, I don't think. I hated it, and because I was unsettled, my daughter was unsettled. And it's just not for me, that one. So if you kind of like rides where you're sort of thrown a little bit off, your equilibrium's a little bit here, a little bit there, you're not quite sure where you are, that one's for you. But that was closed as well. Aside from those 3 that we know about and that we've been on before and that we like, nothing else was really closed. So it was a lovely day. Very nice weather. I just had some sort of tracksuit thing on. And yeah, it was just really nice. We took a picnic, saved money, and also because I'm a little bit funny with food, I don't really want a hot dog. I don't want to grab a burger. There's no, like, sandwich stand, which is what I would probably go and grab, especially if you're going on rides and you're going to be thrown here, there, and everywhere. I do not want a heavy lunch. So we made a picnic, and we sat, lots of seating if you're going to grab a picnic. Lots of places to sit. Lots of drink stands if you run out of beverages. There are places to eat, and obviously the restaurants will be open probably from now. But normally it doesn't just kind of cater for my needs as a lunch place. So we always take food of our own. And it's also just quite expensive. Like, it seemed okay the very first time I ever bought food there. I bought a massive hot dog and it was lovely with a slush puppy type drink. And it was fine. I think it was about £6, which is kind of reasonable, I guess. But I don't really have that spare now. I have a child and she won't eat a hot dog. So it's easier for us just to take our own food and do that. The rides are brilliant. They vary from sort of under 1 metre to over 1 metre, depending on your child's height. It's not their age, it's their height. And sad thing happened to us where my daughter had been on one of their rapid rides in September. But this time she wasn't allowed because she was too short. Now, in my mind, science-wise, she was shorter in September than she is now because she's going to continue to grow. So there's no continuity with letting her go in September and not letting her go now. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I understand you've got your rules, you've got your regulations, that's absolutely fine. But you have to be consistent. So if you allow her to go in September, in my mind, you should allow her to go now. But the staff on that ride were doing their job. They had their little measuring tool. She was just under the bar, so they said no. Regardless of the fact that we've got photo evidence of her on it before. And she was fine on it, and she loved it, and she got a bit wet, and it was great. But this time we had to split our group up, whereas we would have all gone on it together. So that was a shame. And she was a little bit upset that she couldn't go on it. But we kind of just diverted her onto a kiddie ride and she was absolutely fine. There are some really fast roller coasters in Legoland that I will not touch with a barge pole. I'm not into that. It's not my scene. I don't really like being spun around in a circle. I don't really like being thrown forwards, backwards, over the loops, blah, 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 blah. I'm much more of like, what do I like? I like dodgems. I like little roller coasters that don't go too fast. Yeah, so Legoland's perfect for me. Chessington's also good as well. I'm not really an Alton Towers fan, and I'm not really a Thorpe Park fan. Those are not for me. Thorpe Park's a bit more of a serious roller coaster place. So yeah, lost my train of thought. But basically, it's brilliant, and we've just collected all the Sun tokens, and we're going to go again in July. We love it that much. Legoland is fantastic. If you can try and get yourself a deal, it will be cheaper for you to do that. However you can try and work it. Parking is £7 a car. So if you can cram 5 people into one car, you are saving money. If you have to take multiple cars, as well as paying fees for entrance, it's extortionate. Especially if you want to buy food. Especially if you want to get like souvenirs, key rings and things you won't ever be able to get anywhere else. It racks up to easily over 150 quid, I'd say. So we've saved a lot of money by collecting these Sun vouchers. It's 2 free tickets, so me and my daughter will be these 2 that I've got, and my girlfriend collects as well, so she'll be her free ticket, and then we've got another free ticket, and I think we'll probably take my mum. And it's just, you're saving 4 entry tickets. That's in itself about 100 quid. So you don't mind paying the £7 parking. But if you've paid for 4 or 3 children, three adults, 1 child, plus £7 parking, it all adds up. Do you know what I mean? And then you've still got to fund your fuel, you've still got to fund your food, you've still got to buy drinks, you've still got to, do everything. Luckily, once you're inside, everything is included in your Legoland ticket, so you don't need to fork out when you're in there. But I've been maybe 4 times now, and I love it. Every single time I go, I love it. I mean, it's one of the best days out, and knowing that there's so much stuff for my little girl to do makes it all the more better. So what I'm gonna do to keep this video short and sweet and not just ramble on about Lego, I'm gonna shove some photos and a video on the end of this, of the visit we just had, a couple of weeks ago, and then I'm gonna shove some on it from one of the very first times I visited, and you'll be able to see the difference, the volume of people, the queue lines, how we're all standing probably shoulder to shoulder. Just so much stuff has changed. It was definitely quiet, I would say, like dead in terms of Legoland capacity. It was dead. There was really not a lot of people there, which makes it enjoyable because you can just hop on and off rides. You're just continually going. You're not stopping for half an hour to queue for this one and 20 minutes to queue for that one. So there is definitely a perk to going roughly about now. But if you want the atmosphere of people getting excited and kids running around, enjoying themselves, and rides being full, you definitely need to wait until COVID has completely passed, because they're still closing off rows, still socially distancing on rides, so you can't like get top of saliva in your face when you go woo in your face. So yeah, it's entirely up to you when you go. Obviously going right now doesn't hinder everything. You still have an amazing day, and it's probably cheaper. I think there are still deals to be had, but when you go peak season, it's upwards of 30 quid an adult, and it just becomes quite expensive. But I'll shove some photos on, I'll shove some videos on, make your own mind up. If you want to go and you want to stay there is hotels. It wasn't open when we were there, obviously, but I think it might be open from now. So if you're looking to go, buy a weekend ticket, book yourself a hotel reservation, go to Legoland, have an amazing time, comment on my video and let me know that you've gone and you enjoyed it. That'd be amazing. And I will see you guys soon.